In this video, we are going to learn how to test for normality. So the first thing, this data set is comparing the durability of two brands of hip prosthesis, and then we have the gender, the ethnicity, their age, the brand, their recovery time in days, if there was a complication, and the duration in years. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into stat, and then we're going to go down into this goodness of fit, and we want to test for normality. So we're going to click on Normality Test. And if you do the notes, there's 4 steps we're going to run to test for normality, and this will give us 3 of them right here. So we have our Shapiro Wilk test. We're going to look at age first, and we're going to also look at our QQ plot and the histogram. So this will give us 3 out of our 4 steps when we're testing for normality. So go ahead and hit compute. And the first one we have here is our Shapiro Wilk goodness of fit. So what you want to look at is the p-value. So if our p-value is less than alpha, less than or 0.05, that means there is evidence it's not normal. If it's greater than 0.05, that means there's not evidence it's not normal. So because this is less than 0.0001, that means there's evidence that this is not normal. So first test, it is not passing, but we'll continue to see what the other ones look like. So we'll go to the QQ plot. As you can see, there's a pretty clear curve pattern on this QQ plot, and our data points are kind of far from the line at the tips here. So that could be evidence that it's skewed and again may not be normal. So then we'll look at our histogram. So you can see, again, this is skewed over here to the left, which makes sense because people getting hip replacements are probably on the older end, and these few younger hip replacements are skewing this data down. So that's 3 of our tests. Now we're going to go and make a box plot to see if there's outliers. And again, it's not looking like it's normal. So we'll go into graph and box plot and our age. Make sure this is checked to see our outliers. Hit compute. And you can see there's 4 outliers here. So again, that's more than 2, so it's again evidence it not being normal. So overall, age probably not normally distributed. We can also look at our summary statistics, look at our mean, median, and mode. So if we hit the mean, hit the median, and then go all the way to the bottom and get the mode, then we can see if all of those are equal or not. So I'll hit compute. And you can see 57, 58, and mean and median are pretty similar. Mode, there's multiple modes. But again, overall, I would say not normal. So now we're going to do one more. We're going to look at our recovery time to see how long it took people to recover, to see if that's normal. So again, same process. Go down to goodness of fit, normality test. This time, recovery. And again, check that QQ plot, check that histogram. So this one, we can see our p-value is 0.129, which is greater than 0.05. So we don't have evidence it's not normal. So we can continue on to the next test. These are pretty good on the line here for our QQ plot. It does stray a little bit down here, but you can see it's much straighter to the line than compared to the last one. And then our histogram looks pretty bell-shaped, pretty symmetrical. So that looks pretty good. So now we're going to make a box plot to see if there are any outliers. So graph, box plot. This time we're looking at recovery. And again, make sure this is checked. There's a one above outlier, and there's a pretty good amount down here, which may be evidence against normality. But the rest of them look good, so I would say it was still normal. We may just want to check on those outliers. And then the last test we can look at is our summary statistics. So again, look on mean. If you have a Mac, hold down Command. If you have a Windows, you can hold down Control. So mean, median, and at the bottom our mode and recovery. We got 19 and 19.4, 19.65. So those again are pretty close together. So again, that's more evidence towards being normal. And that's how you test for normality in StatCrunch.